I'm Nicole King, and this is Marbella Now.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Welcome back to the program. Starting off this week's show is our CIT Marbella Guest of the Week. And I think it's very appropriate with the festive season just around the corner, because this young lady has an oyster bar. Yes, and who doesn't like some champagne and oysters? I know I do. And a shame I missed the opening a few weeks ago, but looking forward to knowing more about it now. Teresa Escobedo, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to meet you, and apparently we were both at the CIT Marbella Business Awards Gala dinner on Friday, but a lot of people there. I didn't see you, but wasn't it wonderful?
Yeah, it was amazing. There was a lot of people there, and also the awards were really nice, and I like.
Not having had the event last year, I think there was a lot more feeling behind the awards this year. And as you were saying just before we started recording, the president's speech was very touching.
Yes, very touching and sharp too. And I think he said the things that must be said. I enjoyed it a lot and I liked it. Yes.
And I also very much appreciated the special lifetime award, I suppose, for Santiago, of the restaurant Santiago. I went there when I was young.
Yes.
So he means a lot to the city. He's done a lot for Marbella.
He means a lot to the city, to the gastronomy, not only in Marbella, but in Spain. And he was really nice to come there and make his speech. And yes, it was really a nice moment.
Yeah, I think there's a saying in Spanish, vergüenza ajena, when you feel embarrassed for someone else. But in this instance, I felt orgullo ajena. I just felt so proud for him that he had so many people there to acknowledge all those years.
Yes, everybody was really, really grateful to him for being there, for making the effort to be there.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Teresa, as I mentioned, you're into oysters. Your place is La Granja del Mar, which is the ocean farm, and that sounds exciting. How on earth did a lovely young lady like you get involved with oyster farms?
Because 3 years ago, we started with a company in Fuengirola, Mariscos Vivos, Escobedo Mariscos Vivos. And there at our facilities in Fuengirola, we have seashell, live seashell, that we sell to restaurants and in Mercamalaga. And after a lot of people told us, I want a place where I can go and buy, we decided to start this new project that it's La Granja del Mar, where everybody can go and buy the oysters or the blue lobster or the clams. And
is it just to take away, or is it something that you can also eat in your new place?
You can eat the oysters in the bar inside the market, but not in our place. But you can ask us to open them so you can eat them in the bar.
Explain where the bar is so that we can go, because I think it's in a very Spanish area.
Yes.
And so it's going to be exciting for all of us foreigners to do a little bit of adventuring into real Spain.
Absolutely, it's a really small market, Divina Pastora, that it's near the church of Divina Pastora in Marbella, and it's really a town area. Not everybody knows this area, and it's really small, and there is only one bar inside, and a lot of shops in the market. Like you have meat market or fish market, and there is this seashell market that we started now.
Why did you choose that place? Is it emblematic for you? What did you want to create there particularly?
Because this is a product market. The people that goes there to buy, they go to find really good products. So that's why we choose this small market in Marbella. We know not everybody knows it. It's not like the central market, but it's a product market, very small and very exclusive. So that's why we choose this.
It sounds like a hidden gem that we all do need to know about. I'm definitely going to have to go with the camera and let everybody know where it is. So it's like the Divina Pastora, I imagine in English, Divina Pastora, Divina. Funny, sometimes it's hard to think how people would say it in English, because as I speak Spanish enough then I think it's Divina Pastora, but it's by the church in the Divina Pastora and Divina Pastora area. It's called La Granja del Mar. Where are you from originally? I mean, do you have any history in fishing in the ocean?
Yes, my grandparents were fishermen, and my aunt in the north of Spain, in Cantabria, he also works with seashells. So my brother he's a sailor. Has sailed all the world, and I have other brother that we are all together in this company that he studied ocean biology.
Marine biology.
Yeah, marine biology. So yes, we have been
So it's a
related
family
with
business.
it's
And
a
the name
family
Escobedo, so it's the family name.
Yeah.
Is that indicative of an area or anything, the name Escobedo, or is it just your family name?
Just the family name, yes.
Well, how lovely now that the family is going through in such a unique product and so exclusive and so appropriate for anything as cosmopolitan as Marbella. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Marbella. I was born in Marbella.
Oh my God, an authentic Marbella, very few and far between.
Yes, I was born here, and my mom used to go to this Divine Pastora market to buy the fish there. So yes, we are from Marbella. We went outside for studies to go to the university, and then we came back and decided to do this.
Did you have much interaction with the foreigners growing up here? Or was it very much you're in the Spanish system and just you could see the giddies running around?
No, when you grow up in Marbella, for us it's normal to have friends from all Europe or world. It's normal in the same group, in the same crew. We are people from one place or another. No, for us it's
Very privileged.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm very privileged to meet you. I'm so proud of the new project. I know it's going to be an enormous success, and it's not a threat, but I will come and visit you and
Please.
check out where it is so that I can tell everybody firsthand what it's like. And I do like oysters. It's such a decadent thing to eat.
You will love our oysters and all our
So is it lots of
seashell.
different variety of oysters?
Yes, we have 4 types of French oysters. We work with French oysters, and we have oysters from Bretagne. They have a really hard sea flavor, and we have oysters from Oléron that they are a little bit sweeter. And we have 4 types of oysters there, all for France, but we have different types.
Can't wait to go and try and be able to see if we can taste the difference. I'm sure we can. But a challenge.
We have all types of seashells.
All types of
Seafood, shellfish.
and seafood.
Sorry,
and
fresh, alive, and cooked. Because at our facilities in Fuengirola, we have all our products there in water. We purify the clams there too, so they come every morning directly from water. And
so fresh.
Fresh, and we also have here in Marbella a steamer, so we also cooked.
What are the timetables of that you're open?
We are open from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2:30 p.m. from Thursday to Saturday, sorry.
So you're open Thursday, Friday and Saturday?
No. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday from 8 o'clock to
2:30
p.m. Yeah.
If not, I'd go there right now, but I know where I'm going tomorrow. Very exciting
Yes.
today, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. I will record something so you can check it out, but I do advise that you go yourself, La Granja del Mar. It is in the little market in the Divina Pastora, cute little area of Marbella, very typical, very Spanish, and definitely should be on this list of things to do and places to go. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Enhorabuena
Thank you
con
very
ese par de
much.
ostras y mariscos y
And
todo vivo y fresco.
we will wait you there. You will love it, I'm sure.
Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias.
Don't go away, we're going to a little break, but then I'll be back. And we're going to be going to take a visit to the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit held at the Harbour Restaurant last week. We're going to let you see what went on, so don't go away. Back in a minute.
Judy and John are getting along famously. They have so much in common, which now includes both being too tipsy to drive home.
Oh, John, you can't drive home like that. Neither can I.
John looks worried, but not our Judy. She simply calls Linear Director for a free taxi and a tow truck to take her and her car home. Call Linear Director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
GY is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? GY.
Glad and are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Tearing us apart, poison arrows shoot straight to your heart.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Just believe it's worth your time. One, we are
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
Hi guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
So here we are at Everest. Very cool.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hiya, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Welcome to Sister Taperia. Perfecto.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a Zero Hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
This year's United Nationalities of Marbella Summit was held once again at the Harbour Restaurant in Marbella. This year our concentration was 100% on our local international youth to try and integrate them further into the resident community. Far too many finish school or university and leave our city because they're lacking opportunities, and we need to give them the opportunities that they deserve and our city deserves, so that it's vital and it keeps on growing with youth and young people who can bring all the novelties to the city that we need, and we don't become antiquated. The children also need hangout spaces. They also need somewhere to call, not just the children, a suicide prevention helpline. These have been the topics discussed at this year's event. And based on the delicate nature of the topics discussed, particularly the suicide prevention, we kept it to a limited amount of people chosen specifically for their professionality and their areas of expertise to come up with ways of resolving the issues that we face. We're now going to take you to the harbour so you can hear the different people talking and the suggestions that came up and the feelings expressed at the event, because we want you to be part of this. This is up to all of us, and although we couldn't all be present, we can all participate. So let's go now to the harbour for the first talks given by the participants, no speeches, just real heartfelt talks based on the subjects at the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit 2021.
Let the music get to your heart. Let it set you on your way. No time to hesitate. We are all the same. So much trouble tearing us apart. Poison arrows shoot straight to your heart. We can change if we try. Just believe it's worth your time.
This year's objectives are all related to helping our international youth to integrate into the community and succeed. Because I think we all know that there are so many fantastic and promising youngsters here in Marbella, and we want them to stay, and we want them to help Marbella get even better than it already is. So the key objectives that we're looking at this session are to secure hangout spaces for teens, to get companies involved who will offer internships, to develop real career opportunities for international residents of Marbella, and to expand the suicide prevention hotline for La Barandilla to be 24/7 and have Spanish and English speakers available. So that's what we're going to be covering in today's session. I'm very happy to introduce the lovely Nicole King, who you all know, I'm sure, a market research professional, a market research analyst by profession, who came up with this great concept 7 years ago. I think I've lost my mic. Oh, there we go. As a summary of the many people that she brought together on the television, and to bring together people who shared the same passions and the same interests to be together for the good of the community. She's been tirelessly working for the good of our community, but this year is particularly important to her. So I'm going to hand over to her to explain why she's brought you all together on this very special day. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for Georgina being the MC again every time except one when she just couldn't. So really awesome to have a wonderful team. And I'm so blessed that you guys are here because everyone is so busy. But this year is important for me. I love helping people connect and network, and I'm in a position to see who needs to be together because it's like I get to see so many people. And it's been an honor to do 5 years of networking and putting consulates in touch with the different businesses and the town hall, charities with charities, charities with schools. And it's really nice to see what we've achieved. But this year, I really think that we have to make our kids priority. And yes, for me, it's a passionate reason, but actually it's good for business. And everybody here knows that the international resident is good for business, particularly after a COVID year when the tourist didn't come. And suddenly the tourist wasn't sustaining the city and people looked to the resident. And I had a lot of people who weren't interested in the residents before who suddenly were like, hey, Nicole, I would really like to get in contact with those who live here. Every year, the same issues come up and we've been addressing them. Communication is a big one. The network, the grapevine, how do we get our messages out? Everybody is interested in having business 12 months a year. The charities need support, and they lost that last year with the elderly, with COVID, etc. This year I realize, apart from me personally knowing that there is a hueco, there's a hole for the 12 to 35-year-old really, once they finish running around on the beach and playing in the sand, there's too much to take them to the wrong direction and not enough things to keep their feet on the ground. We have great schools, great universities, but we don't have the career opportunities that means they'll stay, earn money, and spend in the city, and have the opportunity to grow up in the city that frequently we brought them to without even getting their opinion. A lot of children feel they were kidnapped, so to speak, depends on the age. So knowing that there is this vulnerability for this age group, I mentioned to CIT Marbella in the sense of most of their members have their clients are from the foreign community. Most of the people here live off the foreign community. And if businesses live off the community, it just makes a nicer flow that they also then reinvest in the community. And reinvesting in our kids makes sense. They're the ones that are going to vote. They're the ones that are going to be organizing the old age care homes. They're the ones that are going to be taking our future in their hands. So this is the reason, because I do believe, as market research analyst and looking at this for 7 years, the kids will keep us from being archaic when it comes to communication. The kids can cover the charities. I think a great way with third-year-olds did jumble sales, and the fourth graders did the photographs to put them online for the charities, and the fifth year can be doing the social media, in the sense if we just install a few systems using our kids, we can keep our charities going, we can keep our businesses going. It just needs our businesses to offer opportunities. And then the anecdote of doing the suicide prevention helpline. Why do we need to do it? I wish I knew. I wish I knew why this was going on, but it is a worldwide pandemic. And there is an association that the Rotary found, so they're here and we'll be doing that also. And also be nice to know if we can come up with why, because it doesn't make sense. But we can address it. We're in Marbella, we're brilliant brains here. So hopefully, with Georgina guiding us, we can go through the topics, give our ideas, and she'll explain how we're going to go about that. But that's why this year's so limited. I could have gone back to doing a big venue. I thought about it. A lot of people wanted to come, but we don't want a lot of people this year. We just want the right people, just to make a few steps forward, at least not backwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And again, just thank you everybody for coming. I'd like to introduce for you our lovely town hall that's coming here today. So if I may just ask Remedios Bocanegra just to stand up and say hello so everybody knows that you're here. So Remedios is the Foreign Residence Counsellor from the Marbella Town Hall, and she's here to listen, and she's here to also say a few words as well to give a warm welcome to you all. Please, Remedios.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Nicole. For the town hall, for the foreign delegation, and for me as a councillor, it's an honor to collaborate once again in this important event. That his objective is to help those who need it most. We are at your disposal at the foreign delegation located at the Congress Center. Oti is here with me, is one of my partners, and I think is the best representative of my delegation. And well, as I told you, we are at the disposal for any request that you needed or any information you need to know. I will give, before I leave, my telephone number and my visit card with my email for you to contact me or to contact Oti for whatever you need. Thank you very much.
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
Hi guys, Kazakhstan is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
It's wonderful to see our local bars, restaurants and hotels jumping on board with our Zero Hero incentive, rewarding the designated driver with free soft drinks. Please go to the website zerohero.es for ever-increasing updated listings. And if you'd like to be part of this, do contact us for further information. It's a nice thing to do to help promote a local community and at the same time help our safer roads for everybody. We're going back now to the Harbour Restaurant in Marbella, where we held our 6th annual United Nationalities of Marbella Summit, and we're taking a look at some of the speeches or the talks that people gave on the relevant issues of internships, work experience, career opportunities, and a very much needed attention for our youth regarding their mental health, with a dramatic increase of suicide attempts and of suicide successes, if you can call it that.
And I hope that you do know who Otti is as well, because she's fundamental to everything to do with the foreigners here in Marbella. So thank you to Otti as well for everything. Okay, so we've done a little introduction. I hope you're feeling ready and raring to go. We're going to start on our very first topic now, which is internships and career opportunities. And to give us an introduction on why this is important for the young people of Marbella entering their careers and what young people need from all of us business owners here to get them started, I'd like to introduce Mirjana Stefanovic, who is the president of the Marbella International University Centre, and is going to give us a bit of an insight. Sorry, I got the first name right.
Yes. Well, I actually wrote quite a few things on my piece of paper that exceeds the internship topic, and I'll share it with you anyway. I'm sorry I'm going to be reading. I had a technical issue last night, so my speech disappeared overnight, but I tend to be very passionate about the subject. And when you're really passionate about something, then you tend to speak in length, you tend to get lost in digressions, and there are just so many things I'd like to say here today on this really important topic. But in order not to do so, because there are other important people who need to talk, I just put some thoughts on paper that I'd like to share with you today. And I'd like to start with sharing with you the story that probably a lot of you already know, the story about the old Cherokee and the two wolves. No? Okay. It's actually a very famous tale that people normally in the training programs or educational programs where you want to teach children resilience, then oftentimes is used as an introduction. And the story goes that the old Cherokee was teaching his grandchildren of the ways of the world. And one of the things that he was saying in a sort of very wise and just like an old Cherokee could be way, saying, the battle is raging inside of me. The battle between two wolves. And then one wolf represents the fear and anger and envy and paranoia and distrust and arrogance and ego. And then there is this other wolf, and he represents all the good things, the joy and the love and understanding and benevolence and accepting. And the children are looking at the old Cherokee, and asking, and who wins in the end between these two wolves? And the old Cherokee says, well, the one you feed. So my name is Mirjana, and today I'm talking in the capacity of two roles. I'm talking as an educator. I'm responsible for the management of Marbella International University Center, and it is a great pleasure for me to introduce also our colleagues. We have here our two psychologists, the counselors, the resident psychologists. They work full-time. It's Eva Berkovic and Alena Kiriliuk. Anna Kantel, our life coach and career advisor, who is in charge of the internships. And over here, we have a group of our students who are eager to come here today to listen and to find a way how they can participate. But I'm also speaking in the capacity of a mother. I'm a mother of a soon-to-be a teenager who belongs to the group of many thousands of teenagers, international residents or expats or giris or however you prefer to call them. And as every parent and an educator, every day we see this battle between these two wolves. We see the battle between who our children are and who we want them to be, and who our children are and who they want them to be, and who our children are and who they could be if they have the right circumstance and they are in the right context and we feed them the right food for their minds, for their soul, for their physical bodies. And I was going through some recent international essay competitions on the youth and youth problems and written by the youth. And I took out some thoughts that I thought were extremely important and we tend to forget. And one of the young people wrote, "Youth is the susceptible and most remarkable phase of life. As an individual, we learn to identify ourselves during this stage. But we crave recognition and we crave respect." I think it's an extremely important point. We want to understand, we want the world to understand our worth, and we want the world to appreciate our skills. And we want the world to understand that we have a different outlook. And we want the world to see the world the way we do. We are an essential part of society, and we do shape our future. I believe it is imperative that we believe in our youth. It is so easy nowadays to be so critical of them. Oh, they're snowflakes, they're immature, they're not the way like we used to be. Everything is today just so different. But I think one very, very important thing we oftentimes lose the sight of is that our children are digital newborns. And what it means is that they're not just the victims of bullying on social media or the victims of content that they should not be accessible to them and so on and so forth. It just starts with a very, very basic thing, and that is the perception of time and the perception of space, which is completely different from our perception of time and space. They are born, they live in the world of the instant gratification, instant response, instant grief. Everything has to happen right here, right now. If the friend didn't respond to my Facebook message, I'm rejected. If not enough people gave me an instant like to my photo, I'm rejected. Now, it's very easy to be judgmental about it, but we have to take a step back and understand it's the perception of the time and space we are not able to understand, because this is not the world we've been born in. And we do share the same space and the same time, but they live in a different world than ours. Which is why I believe that really the way forward is to empower them, to help them help themselves, to create a social infrastructure that would help them then find the way forward, find the way out. I mean, we could today talk about all sorts of issues, the bullying, the underage sex, the substance abuse. There are so many problems the youth nowadays face. But I think what we should really focus ourselves on are the solutions. And what it is that we can do, we as parents, we as institutions, we as members of the society, we as intelligent and bright people, what it is that we can do to support them in the process of finding the way forward. And as Nicole said, and I can't stress this enough, I think that the young people in Marbella, they do need that social space. And I know that every school, every international and Spanish school that I know is doing amazing things. They have a lot of activities, they put a lot of focus. My own son goes to a law school. I know they spend a lot of time talking about depression and anxiety and introducing them to sex education, the social media and social bullying. But I think that the time has arrived that we need to bring things to a new level. And the only way to do it is to network. So we need to put all of our strengths together and we need to put all of our brains together. Because in the end of the day, all of our activities are sort of scarce and left out there. It is only if we network and create new synergies that we can really create the social impact that I believe they desperately need. We certainly at Marbella International University Center, we put enormous focus on a highly personalized student attention. We have full psychologists on residence, and I think we're going to have a third one probably pretty soon. We do strive to provide them with a 24-hour support, especially considering the fact that we have students from 95 different countries, and a lot of them are here for the first time. They don't have the family support network, the friend support network. So we have a lot of lessons learned that we can share. But in order for us, again, to expand the impact, the new synergies are absolute necessity. I have a lot more other things, but I think I've said enough. And one last important thing, I want to thank Nicole King. She's an exceptional individual, absolutely remarkable person. And this I don't say as a phrase, I do actually feel and mean it. And because as the pandemic progressed, a year into pandemic, not only us here in Marbella, but our colleagues in the United Kingdom, our colleagues in Russia, in the United States, we have all been confronted with the same issue, and that's a dramatic increase in anxieties, all sorts of mental problems, suicide as well, as a result of the COVID situation. And obviously, if you think the online working for us works so well, but how does that give access to young people? How does the online situation give access to a young person to the labor market? Very difficult. And then the fact that they can't socialize, the fact that it hits them harder than it does us. And obviously it is a frequent topic of conversation in our offices, and we oftentimes discuss and debate. And then all of a sudden Nicole comes in one day and says, this is something important. We need to get people together, and we need to talk about how to create the social space that we so desperately need. And I'm just really grateful to Nicole that she gave us the opportunity to speak up. And I really, really hope that we will get out of this beautiful venue today with some very concrete action items, and we will be able all to contribute. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mariana. That was really wonderful. It was so wonderful to hear from someone at the coalface of this problem. And so now, I hope you're inspired, because we're going to put it over to you. We want to know, and I think it was really important what Mariana said, we want solutions from today. We know that there are lots of problems, but we want to know what you think you, your business, people that you know or businesses that you know can do to help this issue. So the first one that we're going to be looking at is internships and career opportunities. And as businesses, so many businesses here, can you give an internship? Do you know somebody that could? Could you train somebody? What could you do for these youngsters looking to get into work? So that's going to be the first topic. You should each have on the table a feedback sheet, I'm hoping, where we've put a few things of what can I do, who can I refer you to, what are my ideas and suggestions. So what I invite you to do is speak together as a table, pull your ideas and your resources and your contacts. And what we'll do at the end of the 20 minutes is we'll invite somebody up, if you want to, one person per table, to just give a little overview of what your table discussed. If no one's happy to do that on the table, it's fine. But I know that there are lots of people that are happy to stand in front of microphones in this room, so I'm sure there's one per table. All right, so it's over to you. Let's get these solutions. Thanks so much.
Alright guys, so I'm the designated driver tonight, so I'm going to choose the Zero Hero place. So all of my soft drinks are for free. And if you want to go somewhere else, just check out the Facebook, Instagram or the zerohero.es website for any of the bars, discotheques or restaurants on there. I'm happy to go anywhere you want to go, as long as it's Zero Hero.
Glad
okay.
are proud to present Zero to Hero. Never drink and drive.
Nationalities is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
You don't have to be a policyholder of Linear Director to play with us in our Zero Hero campaign. I know sometimes you guys get confused. You have to be a policyholder if you want to get that free taxi up to 4 times a month to take you home if you've been drinking and driving, and the option also of your car or bike being taken with a tow truck. Yes, for that you do need to be a policyholder, but you can get discounts for one if you are a United Nationalities of Marbella or Marbella Now supporter, and the rates are really good if you want to check out the insurance for car, bike and home. But back to Zero Hero, anyone can take part in this. You don't have to be a Linear Director insurance policy holder. Any bar, restaurant or hotel that is participating will give you the opportunity to claim your free soft drink if you go with others who are drinking. Do check it out, because it's nice to be rewarded for being the responsible driver, and the places that are participating are the best. We eat and drink there to make sure they are up to standard, otherwise we wouldn't let them take part or recommend them. We're going to go back now to the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit, its 6th year, talking about youth, internships, career opportunities, work experience and a suicide prevention helpline, very much on the forefront of everybody's minds at the moment. Let's go back and take another look.
Thank you. Hello, hi. With the section of our table, we've got, hello, can you hear? Yeah? In the section of our table, we have people from radio, television, newspapers, and the British consulate as well. So that we've been talking from a bit of a kind of media angle in a way. The first thing that came up, which was something that I wasn't aware of, was the legalities of having an intern coming into your office or someone coming in for work experience. I wasn't aware that certain legalities or formalities had to be adhered to. We've done different things at the radio station through the years. Before COVID, we were in touch with a university in the UK years ago now that used to send interns each year. And whenever we've had interns, there's always been a kind of mixture. Sometimes you get people there who are really keen, they're interested in what you're doing, and they're there because they're interested in learning about your specific business, which is great. And then often they've got something that they can bring to the table. But sometimes we've had people who have come who have no interest in learning about the radio at all, and they just think this is something to kind of fill their day and they're a bit bored and whatever, or their parents want them to be in radio, so that's a very, their parents have said, this is something you should do, this will be great for you, this will be good for your confidence, and that kind of thing. So it's a real shame, and you can tell straight away if you've got people there that really don't want to be there, as opposed to people who do, and that obviously makes a difference. So I think, or we thought that it's key that if you've got people coming into your office environment, whatever your business is, that they want to be there. It's not just about helping them fill their time and giving them something to do. It should be a mutual agreement, a mutual beneficial thing, so they can help you and you can help them, so it works well together. So when we were talking about the legalities of it all, we were wondering whether there could be, or whether there is, a kind of central coordinating body, like an agency that can make it happen, that can put young people in touch with businesses, because you've got health and safety issues, the issue if you're not paying them, obviously there's a difference between a paid internship and just youngsters coming to learn things and help out in an office. So whether there's any kind of central body that can arrange that and can put people together so it's all done legally. I noticed and have said that since COVID, we, and I'm sure other businesses as well, have a lot less people in the office. So that makes a huge difference when you've got people coming in to learn. There needs to be people to learn from, and so many people are now working from home, which unfortunately makes it harder to bring interns or people on work experience into the office. So that's a bit of a problem at the moment, certainly for us. And the time as well. You obviously, most offices will be full of busy people, so it's making sure that people can find the time out of their busy day to teach someone else who isn't necessarily going to be staying with the company. It's different if you've got a new employee starting. It's important to take the time to help them because they're going to be joining, or they've started joining the company, so you have to invest in them. But if you've got someone that's just there for a week, there needs to be somebody who has enough time to just spend a week with them and then say bye-bye and carry on with your day. So it's tricky. We were also observing that when many of us on the table grew up in the UK, and all said that we had jobs when we were 13, 14, 15, whether it was a Saturday job, well, it would have been a Saturday job at that age, but we all did various jobs, whether it was delivering newspapers, things like that, and we realised that doesn't happen anymore. So it doesn't happen in Spain, and we don't think it really happens in the UK either. It's very much, it's child labour for kids to go to work. And Charmaine was saying that for 16-year-olds, it can be really difficult to get jobs in the UK under the age of 18. So that's changed a lot as well. And how it's seen, it's not kind of a normal thing, whereas when we were growing up, it was really normal. And so we sadly came up with quite a few problems as opposed to solutions, which was a shame. But we were all kind of willing and understood the importance of having interns within our separate companies, and would like, I think, for it to be a regular thing. It's just the practicalities of it all. So it's understanding how it can be done legally and as a mutually beneficial thing for both parties. So yeah.
Who else would like to feed back from their table? Lorraine, would you like to say? Do you guys want to do it from your end of the table? No? Lorraine, were you going to say something? I like the idea of an agency or some kind of central point. We were saying on our table as well about having training both for the companies and for the students to know what to expect from those internships. So maybe if there was somebody or a body, maybe there is already, to sort of guide both parties through, it could be a good thing. Right, Lorraine.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's lovely to be here, and thank you, Georgina and Nicole. Our end of the table, we talked about the effects of mental health, depression, suicide and self-harm that it has on young people and teenagers. What we thought would be a good idea is really to speak to these people on their own levels, rather than having it, because I know the schools do a very good job, but at the end of the day that's still the teacher, or as parents or as adults, we are still speaking to the children, as it were. So we thought it'd be a great idea for someone like the people at this table here to become involved and set up a project and do their own research, so they're actually learning and gaining knowledge themselves from it. Be good for their CV at the end of the day. So if they set up a project from start to finish, which looks into the research as to why people feel that they want to self-harm, and what goes on at the home that maybe makes them, whether it's poverty or whether it's gender violence in the home, or what the different issues are, and look at ways to help them. I think it's better that people of a younger age can speak the same language, so they can speak to them on their own level. So first of all, I think they should become ambassadors, but at the same time backed and supported at all times behind the scenes by the adults and the professionals. So these ambassadors, if they put together the project, but also went round and physically talked in schools, perhaps also as well as the ambassadors, there might be a couple of survivors or people who have had problems in the past that have been able to come out the other end and can share their experiences. I think it's important also, as well as physical presence, to speak to these people in schools. I think they should be speaking to them where these people are at, and where the children and young people are at is constantly on social media. So I think there has to be a huge presence on social media, letting people know that there are people out there that can help them, and basically that they can be approached. Can you hear me? No.
I saw Georgina do that. Try.
Hello. No. Can you hear me all without the microphone? Will I just speak loud? Yeah, that's it. Basically, if they set up different social media platforms, it's gone again, different social media platforms, and made up confidential groups so that people could join the groups and be part of the club, if you like, so that there's a safe place for people to go, that they're not going to be judged, that they can say anything they like, it's confidential, and that they will get the help and support. But obviously behind the scenes, it's not actually you guys that's giving the support, you get the advice from the experts. And on social media, obviously, it should be informative posts, but fun posts and things that they can all relate to as well. In terms of an internship, because obviously that is a project that would be something that you would work on and that would be good for your CV. I think it's the same problem. Sorry, I came in at the end of it. It's the legalities. A lot of people, when they're working from home now, don't have the same insurances, so they can't have someone working in an internship basis for them. So, but thank you very much. Thank you.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
So here we are at Everest. Very cold.
Yeah.
Stickers going up.
Hiya, my name is Govinda. I'm from Everest. Welcome to Zero Hero, to Everest Fusion, to enjoy your cocktails, drinks, and happy hour as well. And food, of course, is delicious. Thank you.
Welcome to Sister Taperia. Perfecto.
Call me brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand, and we all need somebody to lean on.
I can't believe another program is over. Thank you so very much for joining us once again. Please do share our guests' information. And this week particularly, the suicide prevention helpline information for both La Barandilla and the Jib Sams. As many people as we can let know that there are numbers where they can ring, even if they're not 24 hours yet. They are 365 days a year. It's a good start. So we've got a Spanish helpline and an English-speaking helpline, but please do look for help. Apparently, there's a 90-minute window before somebody tries to kill themselves. Let's not miss that window. And if you to reach out and help them. And if you're feeling desperate, please do just wait to speak to somebody. Sometimes things really do seem impossible, but they're not. It's just that moment, and we need to see it through. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing the program. As I say, this week and next week's show are going to be based on our youth, on the suicide prevention helpline, on internships, career opportunities, work experience, and it's up to us to fill the gap in our international resident community for our teens so that they stay in Marbella and don't have to leave where they've grown up just to find themselves a decent future and prospects. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and please join us again next week for more of what's going on Marbella Now. Hasta luego.
Hesitate, we are all the same. So much trouble tearing us apart.